Hollywood loves success stories, but sometimes the most inspiring stories are not about people who never failed. They're about people who lost everything and somehow found a way back. These are the Hollywood stars who saw their careers collapse, watched opportunities disappear, and heard people say they were finished. Yet against all odds, they came back stronger than ever. Let's begin. Drew Barrymore became famous before most children even knew what fame was. After starring in E.T., she became one of the biggest child stars in the world. Everyone thought she had the perfect future ahead of her. Growing up in Hollywood wasn't easy. While still very young, she faced serious personal struggles and became the subject of headlines for all the wrong reasons. Many people believed her career would never recover. They were wrong. Drew slowly rebuilt her life and career. She returned to acting, started her own production company, produced hit movies, and eventually became one of television's most popular talk show hosts. Instead of becoming another tragic Hollywood story, she became one of Hollywood's greatest examples of resilience. Rourke looked destined for superstardom during the 1980s. He had talent, charisma, and a unique screen presence that made him stand out from everyone else. Then everything changed. He walked away from acting and pursued professional boxing. The decision had a huge impact on both his career and personal life. As the years passed, major acting roles became harder to find, and many people assumed his best days were behind him. But in 2008, he delivered a performance nobody could ignore. The wrestler told the story of an aging fighter searching for one last chance at success. The role felt incredibly personal, and Rourke brought a level of authenticity that audiences immediately connected with. The performance earned major awards recognition and put him back on Hollywood's radar. Frank Sinatra is remembered as one of the greatest entertainers in history, but there was a time when his career seemed to be falling apart. By the early 1950s, his popularity had declined. Record sales dropped, opportunities disappeared, and many critics believed his time was over. Sinatra refused to accept that. Determined to prove himself, he fought for a role in From Here to Eternity. It was a gamble, but it paid off in spectacular fashion. His performance earned him an Academy Award and completely transformed his career. What looked like the end turned out to be the beginning of an incredible second act. Marlon Brando changed acting forever. His influence can still be seen in performances today, yet even a legend can fall out of favor. After several unsuccessful films and growing concerns about his reliability, many studios stopped seeing Brando as a bankable star. His reputation had become a problem, and Hollywood began moving on without him. Then came The Godfather. Director Francis Ford Coppola believed Brando was perfect for the role of Vito Corleone. The studio wasn't convinced. Coppola fought for his choice. The result was one of the greatest performances in movie history. The Godfather became a classic, and Brando's portrayal of Don Corleone reminded everyone exactly why he was considered one of the greatest actors of all time. John Travolta was one of the biggest stars on the planet during the late 1970s. Movies like Saturday Night Fever and Grease turned him into a global icon. But success didn't last forever. A string of disappointing projects gradually pushed him out of the spotlight. By the early 1990s, many people no longer saw him as a major Hollywood star. Then, Quentin Tarantino made a decision that changed everything. He cast Travolta in Pulp Fiction. The film became a massive cultural phenomenon and introduced Travolta to a whole new generation of movie fans. His performance earned critical acclaim and restored his place among Hollywood's biggest names. And finally, we arrive at what might be the greatest comeback story Hollywood has ever seen. Robert Downey Jr. was considered one of the most talented actors of his generation. His performance in Chaplin earned him an Academy Award nomination and proved he had extraordinary potential. But over the years, personal struggles threatened to destroy everything. Studios became hesitant to hire him. Opportunities disappeared. Many people believed his career was over. Yet Robert Downey Jr. refused to quit. Slowly and patiently, he rebuilt his reputation. He took smaller roles, worked hard, and earned back the trust of Hollywood. Then came Iron Man. When he was cast as Tony Stark in 2008, it was considered a risk, but that risk became one of the smartest decisions in movie history. Iron Man launched a global franchise, transformed superhero movies forever, and turned Robert Downey Jr. into one of the biggest stars in the world. From being written off by Hollywood to becoming the face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, his journey remains one of the most remarkable comebacks ever seen in entertainment. These stories remind us that failure isn't always the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning of a much bigger comeback. Which Hollywood comeback inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if there's another star whose comeback deserves recognition, tell us who it is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.